As we consider the most difficult sounds of the English language, we always, first and foremost, think about them as the vowel sounds. We have consonant sounds and vowel sounds, and forever our children have had more difficulty with the vowel sounds. So I've created some sound cards that include spellings as well. And I want to show you a little bit about how they work. If you think about the vowel sound ah, just our short a, ah, I have kind of try to cover this up a little bit and show you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about that is like an apple. So our first sound, of course, is ah. And when we think about the phoneme ah and the way to spell the ah sound, there's one way to do that, and that is with the letter A all by itself. And so if you think about a card that has representing a sound as well as the spellings going from most common down to least common, with the vowel sound ah, there's only one way to do that. On the back, I've given some of the more common words of the language to be able to show students that basically that is a pattern. All right, now let's go to another one that is going to get just a tiny bit more difficult. Let's think about the vowel sound eh, like in the word echo. Most common way to spell the eh sound is with the e by itself. And again, with my words on the back, I have a word like red or a word like let, where the eh sound was spelled with the letter e because that's the most common pattern of the language. Now, another way to spell the eh sound we know is with the two letters ea, as in the word head, where the s sound is spelled ea, or the word bread, again, a pattern of the language. So as we use these cards for sound and spellings, e by itself spelling eh is the most common, ea would be next, and what we want students to see is we hope we have word walls that we are creating in our classroom, and what we want students to be able to see are the patterns, because a lot of understanding the way that particular sound is spelled is also visual memory. Have I seen the word bread enough to know that the eh sound is spelled with the letters E-A? Right, so this is going to help students be able to make those kinds of connections. Now let's go to one that it's not any more of a difficult sound, but it's the long A. So I'm thinking about the word alien, but this is an example of a card that has a multitude of spellings for the vowel sound A. So, and it's also representing and allowing you to see that some vowel sounds have, with many different spellings, these are going to go in the order of which ones are most common down to which ones are the least common. Again, I have patterns of words on the back that allow you to get some words, or it gives you examples of words as you get started with your patterns of words as you continue to create word walls. So if you think about A by itself, it's because the A by itself is in multisyllable words, and there's far more multisyllable words in our language than there are one-syllable words. That may not be the first one that you teach students, therefore you might want to cover that up for a time, because chances are the one that you teach to children first is a consonant with silent E at the end. And so again, you may want to have some of these covered up until you are ready to directly teach those particular patterns. So that'll give you an idea how to use these that have with a multitude of spellings on them. Again, eagle being long E. You can see again many different ways to spell that E sound. Some of these closer to the bottom are not going to be appropriate for some of our younger children. It won't be until possibly second grade and above that students would encounter some of these less common spellings. Again, I have them for vowel teams, even our controlled vowels. So we've covered all of the vowel sounds of the language with the spellings in order of most used or most common down to least common, least used.
For more information or additional support, whether it be on-site, online, or by phone, please feel free to contact me.